Welcome back to XP Galore. I am Rafael, and farts linger in space, and they stink pretty bad.
My name is Marcus, and this is my favorite shop on the Citadel.
My name is Daly, and I'm currently trying the new Milky Way Galaxy Bar. It is out of this world.
Pew, pew, pew.
That's a dad joke, right?
Oh no, it's a new bar. It's dark chocolate.
Oh, dark
It's
chocolate.
so dark it'll have you lost in space.
How does one get lost in space because of darkness?
Because you can't see anywhere.
Wait, that's an oxymoron, right? Is that the right word? Because if you're in space, aren't you already lost in space?
No, because
there
technically,
so
if you're around planets that you're aware of and you know the coordinates, then you're technically not lost.
But there's a lot of space.
It's that space, but you're not lost in space because you already have a area and you already know where you're at. You have like a location.
Okay, who called it space?
Not I.
Like who went? It's like, hey, look, there's a lot of space up there. That's the name. It's space now.
Whoever came up with the Latin word for space, I guess. I don't know.
And who named Earth?
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird name too. Earth.
Mm-hmm. True story. Nah,
True story.
I guess it would be whoever created David Hasselhoff, which is most likely Chuck Norris.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. He caused the Big Bang.
Yeah. So, well,
No, that was this guy named, I think, like Jesus Christ or something.
could
Hey.
be.
Uh,
Speaking of space, though, welcome back to episode 2 of our playthrough of No Man's Sky. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Right. It's fun. It's definitely fun to explore, and it's definitely a different game because I'm not used to collecting. But it's something that's actually intriguing, especially because it's so colorful. And
It
it's
is.
something I'm not used to is just colorful worlds. You know, it's almost like Aladdin. You know, like they're showing me a whole new world.
I see it as an tripping on some shrooms right now.
Could you imagine if you were on shrooms? Like,
Actually in boxers with a squirt gun and just collecting rocks like a maniac, going in a vehicle thinking I'm flying in space. That's what's actually happening.
Yeah, but what are you doing in the game?
Oh, collecting rocks, shooting things, and fixing vehicle and driving around. Same thing.
I have finally discovered how to change the color of my character, like their suit and everything, so that
Oh yeah,
nice.
yeah, me too.
yeah. So because I remember the last time we played this, we all look the same, which is fine. It's just now we have a little bit of personality and individuality to ourselves.
It's almost like we're the Power Rangers, right?
Do you want to be the Power Ranger?
You want to be a Power Ranger?
Well, I mean, technically, they have all the colors.
I guess.
Daly, if I were Tommy the Green Ranger, would you be my Kimberly?
No, because I'd be mad that you were the Green Ranger.
Really?
Wow.
Did you guys ever fight when you were kids and you played with friends and be like, "I want to be the Green Ranger"?
Yes. Yes.
First of all, my voice was never that high pitched.
Yes, it
Second
was.
of all,
Don't lie. You did not come out of the womb sounding like you do now.
I'm gonna go play ball.
How the hell is he talking already? I literally just birthed him 2 minutes ago. No, like, yeah, at recess, like every now and then you'd have a conversation with your friends, you know, like, all right, pretend like, or let's act like, and then you'd be a Power Rangers, and then be like, but you were Red Ranger last time. I want to be Red Ranger, and then
Yeah, but I don't want to be the blue one.
and then you get pushed on the ground and made fun of, and then 10 years later you're discussing it in therapy.
Hard for life.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Besides No Man's Sky and other video games, what's new in our lives? Let's start with you, Daly. What's new with your life?
My life is going great, man. I can't complain. I got a beautiful wife that, is just amazing. Great friends.
She's standing right there, isn't she?
No, she's actually at work right now.
Well, then you're a true husband.
Yeah, my life's good other than my cat pushing start on my zombie rounds and got me to 82, and I cried because I was paused it and it was unpaused and I died. So, one day I'll achieve the greatest achievement of 100 rounds by myself. Outside of that, man, I'm good. No complaints. What about you, Marcus?
I'm good. Not much is new. I have one more place that I'm looking at tomorrow as far as apartments go, and then I'm going to make a decision as to where I'm moving, and then hopefully get the ball rolling on that pretty soon, which is both exciting and scary to me.
You didn't tell us you were moving.
Did I not?
No.
That's because I'm not moving to where you are.
No, you didn't tell us you were moving away from your roommates and
Wait.
everything.
First of all, he told me because we're like BFFs.
Oh, you can have him.
There's plenty of me to go around.
Because I only have one best friend, and his name is Anthony.
Yeah, but I don't think he
You gotta
considers.
edit that. You can't say his full name. All right. He lived right now. He's currently at.
He's on the planet Uranus.
We'll make sure we bleep that out.
He's in my planet, my anus.
Yeah, so I am planning on moving closer to the Nashville area, but not in Nashville because that's super expensive. But yeah.
Yeah, just on the outside of it.
A little bit further than the outside. Just different area that's somewhat close to me. Gives me a chance to sort of get out, do my own thing a bit more, and have some more space for creative pursuits.
It's awesome.
What about you, Roth? How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I've been on vacation trying to reset my body. Sleeping.
Oh,
like
that's
normal.
right. You are on vacation.
Yeah, how's that going?
Oh man, dude, I feel alive. I got fat. That's not good. I've been eating like a maniac and sleeping well. I bought a few games. I've been playing Doom Eternal. The new DLC came out. That game is like playing From Software games. It's so difficult. I just my blood pressure gets crazy. My heart rate is more than 100 beats per minute. I gotta put it down and breathe because I get so. I don't get upset in games, but that one does. That one gets me. I get so pissed.
Riled.
Yeah, oh my god, it's not healthy at all. If there was someone here, I would punch him in the face for no reason.
It's just like that old game that like was good for a little bit and then it went away. Fall Guys.
Fall Guys is not nearly as rage-inducing, I think, as Doom
No,
is.
it's funny. It's funny. See, there's games I can play a fighting game and laugh when I lose. I can play plenty of games, and when I lose, I find it funny. I'm like, oh man, that was crazy. That's hard. Doom has something else. I don't know. I guess it's so fast-paced, a lot of killing, and then when you're almost there to get killed by a dumb demon, it's frustrating.
I had to put when I played Doom Eternal, I had to put it on the easiest difficulty just to get through it. I'm not ashamed to say that.
I'm playing normal mode. I did get Hades for the Switch, by the way. Thank you, Marcus.
Oh, I hope you really enjoy it. I really do.
Yeah, and I got Bloodstain as well because I wanted something Castlevania-like. So those are my 3 games that I'm gaming on right now. And yeah, just chilling, relaxing, and just enjoying life now. And then unfortunately, I get back to work in a couple of days, and I'm dreading it.
Sure.
That's my thing right now.
Quote unquote enjoying it.
Yeah, I have been playing through a title on PlayStation 5 called The Pathless. That it's like a combination of the very calming and beautiful scenery of Journey. Have you ever played that on like the PlayStation 3?
Yes.
And then it has some kind of sort of boss mechanics that I would equate with Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay.
Nothing near that grand of a scale, but like the concept of you just being like this one person that goes to each of these major areas, and you've got like a boss that you have to defeat. But it's very beautiful. There's a lot of Asian culture inspirations in there, like just but from the music to some of the scenery and all that. It's a very beautiful game. I'm almost done with it, so that's been a very calming thing for me to play here recently.
Oh man, you've been playing a calm game, and I'm playing a game that can potentially give me a heart attack.
The exact opposite of what you're playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm playing like a middle game, kind of like that, like a neutral game.
Yours is with a
same
purpose
game.
too.
You've been playing the same game since we started this
Hey,
whole
man.
talk.
I don't quit. Not a quitter.
You're not a quitter.
He is determined. He's got himself a plan, but
What's your level again? 82, you said?
82.
82. Okay, we'll put that up again. 82. Guys, daily reach level 82.
Before my cat who no longer lives in my house. No, I'm kidding.
you'll get there. We have faith in you, and we'll throw you a big digital party when you finally hit it.
Right, just confetti on the screen.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into the news a little bit, gentlemen. Two quick articles to discuss this evening. First of all, looking at an article from Games Radar, Rainbow Six Siege has set a Steam concurrent record of over 200,000 simultaneous players.
It says it's free now.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
here. Well, yeah. Look, according to the first paragraph on here, thanks to a free-to-play event and brand new season of content, it's broken its own concurrent user record.
Yeah.
And this game is 6 years old too.
Okay, so question: Is it beating like other games like Fortnite, Apex Legends, or is just stating its?
I think
its own record?
I think it's its own record.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't play those games. I don't like shoot 'em games like that. Violent games like that. I don't like.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Doom. I play Doom, but
yeah.
I don't like shooting people. I like shooting monsters.
Yeah, like you're purging the world of evil, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, me neither.
I feel better. Now, if I find out that the demon had a family and I just killed its father, and then the wife
You'd be
is
happy.
gone, I'll be sad. Actually,
Then
I'll be like,
you'll
no.
be in a season of Supernatural. Then, if that's the case. Yeah, I was gonna ask if either of y'all ever played Rainbow Six Siege before.
No.
Nope.
I spent some time on it a few years ago on the PS4 with some friends of mine. I was thinking about picking it back up because I do own it on PC. For what it is, I think it's an interesting change of pace based off of games like Call of Duty and all that. Like, it's different. It's a tactical shooter, right? So it's a lot slower. There's some really interesting mechanics to it. It is, like most of those games, kind of sweaty because it's its own esport too. You know, there's definitely Siege competitions, but I just thought it was really interesting to bring up the fact that, like, a game that's 6 years old and it broke these records. Like, Siege, I think, has been in the news sometimes for its negative gameplay aspects, like things that are broken, but for the most part, I think it's one of Ubisoft's much more successful properties, especially when it comes to like competitive stuff too. So yeah, so just thought I'd bring that up. And then the second thing I was going to bring up, an article from GameSpot.com. The official title for the Resident Evil reboot film is out. It is Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. According to the article, it is going to cover characters and locations from Resident Evil 1 and 2. So that's going to be the mansion and the police station. There's characters that are included in both, though we don't really know what the story is, except the director made a comment that it's going to be a little bit more grounded, which I don't know how you make a zombie virus story grounded, but whatever. I think the meaning behind it was that it was more along the lines of it's not going to be as explosive and over the top as the Milla Jovovich films were. So
No, I think it's gonna give you the claustrophobic feel, not knowing what's around the corner. They took a lot of notes from Resident Evil 2 remake. So it's like very dark, wet, and scary looking. So the ambiance is going to be more of a horror feel, not that action, like you said, the action-packed, just shooting zombies left and right. This is going to be more like intense. So I'm excited about it. I love Resident Evil, and not everyone plays Resident Evil. From what I've heard, I have friends that never experienced it at all, and I just look at them like, "What's wrong with you? Like, really?" But that happens to me all the time. Apparently, a lot of people don't play the games I enjoy, and
Isn't that like just in life in general?
Yeah, like like people don't play Legend of Zelda and stuff, and it's just like I try to let it go, but it's very difficult.
I just can't let it go though.
It's just there.
Daily, what are your thoughts on this reboot?
It'll be good as long as they take like the notes from like the negative and make sure that they can twist into a positive. I mean, obviously you're not gonna make everybody happy, but if they could get the majority like of stuff figured out to where it'll actually be enjoyable and playable, because especially we're in a year where a lot of gaming has kind of been down. I don't know if it's just like the games just don't hit right or anymore like they used to, but for me, I just feel like a lot of these games that have been coming out are more microtransaction like we talked about. So hopefully, it's not going to be like that, and it'll be a lot more positive.
Did y'all have y'all seen the older franchise films, all the ones with Mia Jovovich in it?
Yeah, I watched them all. I watched them all. They were falling. They just the direction they were going was very upsetting. But I watched them all. I couldn't stop watching them. It's like Fast and Furious. I don't really enjoy them anymore. I just watch them because I'm like, let's see what do.
I'll keep up with the story.
It gets ridiculous. It gets more ridiculous all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
And then they had Hobbs and Shaw or whatever it was, the Rock one, the spinoff.
Don't want to talk about that. That was so bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
the Rock looked great.
I think the Resident Evil films are like the horror. Those old ones were like the horror equivalent of the Fast and Furious films. They just got worse and worse. I've got some friends who run a horror podcast, and they spent they do their stuff kind of seasonally as well, and they spent a whole season of Resident Evil. So they played all the games, at least all the main numbered ones, and like some of the spin-offs or whatever. But they also watched and reviewed every film. And you could just hear, like, the longer they went through the franchise, you could just hear it in their voice. Like, the more downtrodden they got every time they got to, like, they were like, why do they introduce this one character for this whole film, and then that character just disappears and never shows up ever again in the film franchise?
I know, it's so freaking strange. It's like they're trying to combine it with the movie universe and the video game universe, and I don't know if I was more upset that they did that. I'm like, why don't they just stay their own? They don't have to meet our characters from the game.
They don't.
And then when they show the characters from the game, I'm like, they're not like that. They don't do that. They don't act like that. And it's just it kills me. And I don't want to blame the actors. I must have been excited getting the role, but I feel like, oh man, you just put your face there, and you don't understand about the fans. If you get this wrong, you're gonna get a lot of haters.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel for them too. So I can't get upset with them. It's the writing, but it's fun and quirky. But I didn't take them serious. I'm like, this is a what if.
Yeah, I think. I was gonna say real fast. I think it's good if you can cast people that are very familiar with the subject material, and are fans of it. I think that's one reason why The Witcher was so popular. Was because Henry Cavill was a huge Witcher fan, and he's a gamer as well, so like he understands like what the weight behind that character. Like, to give you an example, it's not necessarily a game movie related, but for some reason I found myself down the rabbit hole of watching these behind the scenes of the older Batman films, and I was watching the Batman and Robin behind the scenes, which if you have like an hour of free time, watch that, because the first like 20 minutes of it is literally all of the actors and the director just kind of talking about what they think went wrong with the film. And Joel Schumacher is like, look, I just want to be upfront. If I upset anybody by the making of this film, I'm really sorry. And it's just funny to me. But like, I remember it panned one time to Alicia Silverstone, who played Batgirl in that film, and she was like, what did she say? She said, I didn't even know there was a Batgirl when they cast me. And I'm just like, well, I mean, at least you did some research, I guess, but okay. So yeah, I think it's good if you can get people that know the material, and they know kind of the history behind it, and probably still aren't afraid to do their own thing with it, because I feel like as an actor, you kind of need to add your own twist to it, and to not only match the director's vision, but also what you're kind of feeling out of it as well. You got to make it your own, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this new Resident Evil film goes.
I also saw that they're not re-signing the Captain America, Chris Evans. They're not re-signing him to a new deal.
I'm glad. Yeah, that would be like trying to bring Robert Downey Jr. back, and
yeah, I just feel like it's time that he moves on to just something different.
They got to get the spotlight to somebody else too.
Well, yeah, because in the end game, that he gave it off to his number one, and so it's like, well, yeah, now it's time for his number one to be Captain America, and he just goes off and has a good.
And we all know his number one was Danny DeVito.
Oh my god, right? That'd be great.
Instead of throwing the shield, he literally just throws himself.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Well,
funny.
hey, speaking of things that we love, I have a topic we can discuss tonight.
Oh, let's hear it.
I wanted to kind of do this around Valentine's Day, but we all had things on our minds we wanted to talk about, and so I just kind of put this on the back burner. But tonight, I would like to discuss video game romances, and I want to pose the question out to you all as well as our listeners and watchers. Do you have a video game romance, a very favorite video game romance? And what I mean, just to clarify, is do you have a couple from a video game that you enjoyed watching come together, be together, where you emotionally invested in them, that kind of thing? And if you do have a favorite one, we'd like to know what it is and why. So I open the floor to you guys. So whoever wants to go first.
I'm just gonna pick the classic. I'm gonna pick the classic one.
Is it Link and Zelda?
No, actually, no. They do not have any romance at all in the video game. If anything, he just has blue balls the whole entire time. He does not talk. As soon as he saves her, she sends him right back to wherever he's from. So he never gets the girl.
That's kind of abusive if you think about
It is
it.
abusive.
No, I'm kidding.
No, he's
Oh
like, he's
my
like, ouch. He's like,
Use and abuse, baby. Use and abuse.
it's not Link.
Oh, is it Mario and Peach?
It's not Mario and Peach either, because
Wow.
Mario he's a womanizer. He has too many women. It's not
Who does he have besides Peach?
Yeah.
Dude, he had Daisy first. Did you know that?
But Daisy went away.
Yeah, and then Luigi got what? Sloppy seconds. No, we can't have that one.
Oh, whoa, hey, yo.
Are you telling me Mario has been pulling women my entire life and I didn't know this?
Yes, man. Where have you been? There's another one. It's the chick from Donkey Kong. What's her name?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. They're not the same character. It's not Mario. If
I'm
anything,
gonna have to look this up.
you're ruining my romance talk right here.
I'm
this
sorry.
is very negative.
I am in awe right now because I literally thought Mario was just a one-woman man, and now you're
No.
telling me that he's been stepping out on Peach.
Yes, that's a known thing. I thought you knew this. I'm sorry. Anyways,
I'm sorry, I don't deep dive into the lore of Mario and Days of Our Mushroom Kingdom.
Anyways, it's
From Kingdom.
it's Final Fantasy VII, Cloud and Aerith.
Okay, that's good. Tell us why.
There's a triangle situation going on. I'm a Tifa guy. I like Tifa. She's pretty cool. But Tifa's in love with Cloud. Cloud is oblivious. He's oblivious that he has a beautiful woman already attracted to him.
Uh-huh.
And then he meets Aerith, and then he just falls for her, kind of, sorta, really quick. And I'm like, dude, you already had a chick that was already into you. But the chemistry was pretty awesome, and especially on the remake. If you played a remake, it is so crazy adorable. It hurts. It really hurts, and I'm like, oh, they got this right. And then when he has to, spoiler alert, guys, there's a
If you
time
haven't already.
yeah, he has to rescue her at one point, and I'm talking about the remake. I'm not gonna talk about the original, because the original, there's an even bigger spoiler, which I do not want to experience.
She's really
again.
with Mario this whole time?
Yeah. No, there's a scene that she's taken by choice. She makes a difficult choice to save a little girl, but Cloud can't let it go. Like, he wants to save her.
Yeah.
And the chemistry of him trying to find out, like, he's like fighting his feelings, and then it's kind of awesome knowing that, like, you're into her, dude. Just admit it, man. You're into her. You want to save her. So I like that chemistry. That's my choice, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I feel like in the remake they really kind of stress the point of that love triangle a bit.
Yeah.
Like
they
like I don't know if it's just because I don't remember much of the dialogue, like how the dialogue flow went in the old, like the original game, I mean. But yeah, especially in this remake, yeah, they really kind of drove that point home, and so I'm curious to see how much more attention they draw to it in parts 2 and 3 and however many other parts it takes them to finish all of Final Fantasy 7. So yeah, I think that was a good choice. I can agree with that one. What about you, Daly?
I actually don't have a romantic.
Zombies.
No, I've never like. I know this is gonna sound weird. Is I just never really got like invested in the romantic side of video games. Because I don't know, man. I just never was like invested into like people's feelings in a video game. So I'm just like a heartless video game enthusiast. I'm sorry.
Nothing wrong with that. I had a feeling that that's kind of the route you were going to take on it, because you didn't really sound like when we were discussing this off mic that you had a choice in mind, but nothing wrong with that. I've got a friend who plays video games and he skips cutscenes and it drives me up a wall, but hey, if that's how you play video games, then I can't fault you for it.
Oh, by the way, it's Pauline. That's someone from Donkey Kong. Pauline is the third girl for Mario.
That's good to know. Mario's been hitting up Mushroom Kingdom Tinder.
Swiping right on everyone. I don't actually have like a romantic like, oh, like this is the coolest cutscene romantic thing, but there is like one video game character specifically that if I was in a video game would definitely take her to get a beer, and that is Tomb Raider 100%, especially the PS3 and the PS4 version.
Oh, the rebooted Lara Croft?
Oh yeah.
See, that's actually a funny thing, because she was one of my first romance on the characters that I'm like, oh, she's dope, like she looks cool. But then I didn't like the fact that her chest kept changing in each game, and I'm like, whoa, that chest, and that got kind of confusing for me. I was a kid, guys, don't judge me.
Okay.
All right, I feel like you guys stayed quiet there for a second, and I'm like, all right.
They have to be bigger.
I was just kind of curious where you were going with that. That's all.
Yeah, I was a little confused there for a second.
Okay, fun fact, guys. Go watch all the cutscenes. It's most likely on YouTube. All the cutscenes from the original Tomb Raiders, and look at the CGI. They're not consistent with their body shape. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's sort of an indication of like the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's not. It's like there's scenes that she looks okay, and there's other scenes it's a little too much, and I'm like, what's going on here? I don't get it.
Rolf's like, I only want one particular video type.
I get
video
that.
game type.
The new one came out great. I was like, the new Lara is the best. I'm like, okay, that's the way she should look. Okay.
Well, since he kind of already brought it up, before I discuss my video game romance, Rolf, is there a character that you would romance in real life?
Who wouldn't I?
You have to pick one. You can't be Mario.
You can't be Mushroom Land Mario.
Okay, I don't know whether. All right, I don't know. Obviously, Lara was in it. Samus Aran, especially where she's in the ball form. That's my favorite form. What was it? Chun-Li. You have no idea how many times I press pause.
Okay, but like if you make her mad, she will lightning kick you to death.
I know. That's why it was exciting. Something about women with power
that can potentially kill you real fast.
Yes. I'm like, sweet. She could protect me. I don't have to do all this heavy lifting. This is great.
This man literally just said.
What? Hey, women.
Nothing. Go on.
Okay. Never mind. I'll just stop there. Those are my choices. I'll leave it at that. Those are my choices. Undecisive. But that Chun-Li, though.
All right, we're just going to say Chun-Li for you then.
Okay.
We're going to move on.
Oh, hang on. Chun-Li or Cammy?
No, Chun-Li, because Cammy came out after the fact, and Cammy's awesome too, but Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun-Li is my...
iconic.
Yeah, Chun-Li is my favorite. She's my favorite Mortal Kombat character for sure.
Oh, don't you dare do that to me.
Did y'all see that article?
No, which one?
So when the trailer dropped for the Mortal Kombat film that's coming out later this year,
oh my god!
I forget. I'm sorry that I forget which publication it was, but somebody came out with an article kind of reviewing the trailer, and they said Look, I thought the trailer was awesome. I'm a big video game fan, but why did they leave out Chun-Li? She's one of the most iconic Mortal Kombat characters. And Twitter tore that article to shreds, as they do, because it's the internet. But then later they had to. I think the publication itself had to come out with a statement. It was like, we've now realized, or I think they even made the writer do this. Like, oh, I just realized after research, Chun-Li isn't in Mortal Kombat. So
That's like, she's like, I just realized we fired this man because he doesn't know anything about video games.
Okay, so
Marcus, go ahead.
interesting that you picked Cloud and Aerith, because I was gonna go with Final Fantasy VIII with Squall and Renoa.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so since it's not as iconic, of course, as Cloud and Aerith is, because Final Fantasy VII holds a very special place in so many people's hearts. Final Fantasy VIII was the very first JRPG that I ever completed. It was the first Final Fantasy I've ever completed as well. So very quick synopsis. Squall is like this 17-year-old military academy student, very lone wolfish, doesn't talk to people, keeps to himself, very broody. Yeah,
stereotypical main character.
very, very broody Final Fantasy character. He's the lead character, right? And so he ends up meeting the leader of this small resistance group named Renoa, and throughout the whole game, you know, they're together, they're doing stuff. There's a lot of magic and sorceresses involved and all this stuff. And I just found it to be a very touching romantic story, because even though it is a little stereotypical and cheesy that she's the one that breaks through his armor and he opens up and becomes a much better person to everybody in the party. Like, he's pretty much a dick to everybody in the game until he and Renoa actually start expressing feelings for one another. And then he's like, you guys are like my family and blah, 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 whatever. But the links that you have to go to in the game to save her from certain things, and I don't mean that from like an annoying perspective, like the things that he literally does to protect her are pretty amazing. And
he almost died.
Yeah. There's all kinds of cool little things in there, and I love the setting of Final Fantasy VIII in general. But I
don't like a sword.
You don't like the gunblade?
I don't like the gun.
What?
It's the dumbest looking blade I ever seen in my life. How do you hold that? That just doesn't. I'm sorry, guys. I don't.
It doesn't matter how he holds it.
It's just weird. It looks weird to me, guys. That's my opinion. Sorry.
It's the fact that he has it.
It's okay. It's fine.
I pressed the button there. That's how I felt when you say you didn't play Ocarina of Time. Go ahead, continue.
That's completely.
It's fine. It's whatever.
We're talking about an object in a game as to compared to a whole game.
I'm sorry, I would choose a Master Sword over a Gunblade.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay,
But yeah, so to wrap up my romance, Squall and Renoa, favorite couple together. I just think they're really cool. I was always really disappointed, and I wondered why this didn't happen, that in Kingdom Hearts, especially Kingdom Hearts 1, they had Squall in there as a fully voiced character, sort of one of the more important supporting characters. I was wondering why they didn't put Renoa in there at all, anywhere. They put some of the other 8 characters, but not her, so I was always curious about that, but that's neither here nor there. Now, as far as, like, if there's a character that I would romance in real life, I want to say that there's, like, a more obvious, not more obvious, like a better choice out there for me. But right now, the first character that comes to mind, and I'm ashamed to say this because she's kind of eye candy, is Miranda Lawson, who is a character in both Mass Effect 2 and 3. She's one of the romanceable characters in there. She is a strong character with that. She's a bit on that typical, like, sometimes
she don't need no man.
Kind of like, sometimes when developers try to do strong female characters, I think they do it in a way where it's like, just this straight wall in front of them, like, I don't need anybody, whatever, and then you become the one person to, like, break through that, which
Yep.
I can believe that as far as like a romantic thing, whatever. But for the most part, sometimes that can be a little overdone. However, if she exists in real life, I can't say that I wouldn't at least try to, as Daly said, take her out for a beer. I don't know. I don't know if it's like her personality or the fact she was voiced by Yvonne I'm gonna butcher this. Yvonne Strahovski. I think that's how you say her name. She's she's an actress that's been in other things, including The Handmaid's Tale. But yeah. So.
Well, I guess when I play Mass Effect, I know who to look for.
Yep. There's a lot of people you got to look out for in Mass Effect. First of all.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said when you play Mass Effect and not if.
No, I'm gonna play it. See, look at me. I'm taking the first step of experiencing something.
I hope that when it comes out, that we are just blowing up our little text chat that we have with each other, because
I'm 100% sure we will.
Because I want to know all the major decisions, like the choices that you make, Rolf.
I just want to know if Rolf decides to punch the doctor or let the doctor be, because that's
all the time.
That's how you decide how you play.
I at least saw that meme. I understand that.
Okay, good. So
You got to make that decision, Rolf, if you're gonna punch him or not. That's how you decide what.
maybe when that game comes out, you know how we're like trying to get constant updates from Daly on whether or not he's reached level 100 in Call of Duty. Like, maybe we need to get constant updates on, like, tell us where you're at, what major decision did you just hit, and tell us what did you do.
Did you just cry?
I just smacked everyone.
Because I mean, we'll try to be a little cognizant of like spoilers and everything, because it will be a new experience for a lot of people. But we still want to know, did you punch somebody in the face or what?
Of course,
that's kind of important.
Yeah.
See, I get with these multiple choice kind of like the moral system on video games. I tend to go to trying to be nice. All right. So, but I don't know. Sometimes
because you want to save the world.
For the sake of comedy, I will punch someone in the face or smack them in the face, just because I can. And if I can do that in real life, trust me, I would. But I know there's ramifications in the law. So
let me ask you this: would you, in a game like this, would you save right before you do it, and then like physically harm them, and then go back and reload it and make the good decision?
I've done that plenty of times. Yes, that's actually for real. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But I can't do that in real life. See, so I can't smack people and be like, "Oh, hold on, I take that back." So I just have to daydream it.
Well, we definitely have a couple months before that game comes out, but we are all waiting in anticipation.
I am excited to hear about Rolf's decisions.
Because I'll be playing it probably alongside you as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I'll definitely be playing it. That's 100% sure.
Yeah. So
oh god,
that's probably what we'll probably play on the podcast and talk about.
Oh god, let me see. I'm gonna probably try to get vacation that.
That's actually not a bad idea, Daly, because like each of our characters would look different too.
Yeah,
so
it would.
We'll put that in the old brainstorm notebook in our brains.
Yeah, write it down for a later date.
Since we're in this topic, real quick, do you guys play as males or females? Lead.
This time I will do a female. The last time I tried to play through the trilogy, I was also a femship. When I was trying to do like backwards compatibility on the Xbox, I did the first two as femship, but I never played the third one. But I will be doing a femship this time as well. Yes.
Nice.
I play female characters. I just like if I'm gonna invest so many hours in a video game, I'm gonna stare at.
First of all, the amount of hours you invest in this game is irrelevant because you can't stop playing this game.
I've got a very good friend, and she is a hardcore Mass Effect person. For those of you that are listening, she practically simps for Garrus Vakarian, and you can't convince her otherwise. But she has said that Jennifer Hale, or Female Shepard. Jennifer Hale is the voice actress. Female Shepard is technically the canon version. I don't know how true that is. However, this is just Marcus's personal opinion here. After having played as both male Shep and fem Shep, I find fem Shep to be much better voice acted. I find her line delivery to be a lot better than the male version.
Good. Well, then
I
I'm
can
gonna
agree with that. But the male version just looks more badass in my opinion.
No. The male looks like he is a robot. He kind of does look kind of stiff.
And they did say that with some of the upgrades that they did to Mass Effect for this Legendary Edition include the character customization options from Mass Effect 3 into Mass Effect 1.
Yeah,
Which
and
will
they changed the
definitely help.
controls too. Mass Effect 1 is gonna play a little more like 2 and 3 now, right?
I think so. Yeah. So
I'm gonna get a better experience, guys.
you sure are.
You're
buddy.
gonna have an experience in and of itself.
All right.
Absolutely. Well,
It's like a new game for me, guys, because I've never
It
played it.
technically is.
a new set of games, 3
What
new
about-
games.
Yeah.
Guys, have you ever played Mass Effect? This game is dope, man. I can't
Wait.
believe.
Wait till you figure out in level 3 or wow. Game 3 you can actually play online.
Oh no, they took it off.
They took that out.
Did they really?
Yeah, because you'd have to like create all those servers again, which I know. Like I liked that online thing. I used to do that all the time, but hey, you'll still have fun because Mass Effect 3 had the most story DLC, and of course, it's all going to be already in there.
They could make so much money by letting us play multi.
They lost a DLC though. There's one DLC they couldn't salvage.
Oh, Pinnacle Station.
Yeah. Pinnacle, yeah.
So it's not a spoiler to say this. That isn't relevant at all.
I was gonna say, it doesn't really affect the story as much.
Because so it has to do with, I forget what the story was behind it. Something, because it wasn't BioWare that technically made that.
Is that the one that randomly came out as DLC, like out of nowhere? Nobody knew.
Yeah. So it was made by a different company, I think, and they either misplaced or something was wrong with the code from that company, and so they couldn't translate that into this new version. Nor was it ever in the PlayStation 4 version of Mass Effect 1 either. So,
No, it wasn't.
But
in the
yeah,
Xbox version.
all it is, it's literally just like a horde mode simulator. That's all it is. There's no real like story value tied to it, and there's kind of a version of it in one of the DLCs for 3. So, yeah, you'll be fine. Trust me, you're not missing anything.
You'll live.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, this was fun. Good topic tonight.
Indeed.
If you are listening, thanks for spending some time with us, and let us know in the comments who is your favorite video game romance if you have one, and tell us why. And please keep it PG.
Keep
Yes.
like if you could weird science a character, who would it be?
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Dude, Weird Science is a 1985 movie where these two guys create a chick out of a computer and bring her to life. That's what I was trying to say, Marcus. Watch your movies. Thank you.
All right, Ruff, will you please take us home, good sir?
All right, everyone. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Wear 5 masks. Remember, 5 masks. Cover your whole entire body. I'm kidding. Just be safe.
5
Take care of
masks.
yourself.
I was gonna say Jesus.
No. Just take care of yourself. Be mindful of others and yourself. Love you guys. And yeah, like and subscribe. My name is Rafael.
Social media.
What'd you just say?
I said follow us on social media.
Oh, I only heard social media, my bad. Anyways, my name is Marcus.
Hey Marcus.
What?
Can you ASMR us out of here?
Tell us what your name is first.
My name is Daily.
This has been XP Galore. We're glad that you took the time to listen and watch us. And as Rafael said, please like and subscribe for all new content. I hope you have a good night. Bye.